is Brian Warren, and today is May the 11th, 2023, and it's been a while since I made a video or posted a video, and some things have just been on my heart and on my mind, and I just wanted to make this video. I'm going to try not to make it too long, but I'm going to first start out by saying this video is about so-called Christians who I have personally known in my life on a personal level, on a business level, not just, somebody I met once along the way. And I'm going to start off by saying that I consider myself a extremely flawed sinner. So it's not like I'm talking about these people and putting them down and putting myself on a pedestal. That is not the case. So I want to state that first and foremost. These are just these are personal experiences I have had with each one of these individuals who, if you ask them if they're a Christian, they'll tell you they're a Christian. If you go to social media, it'll say they're a Christian. If they go to church, they go to a Christian church. These people, they're Christians, They're Christians. It's on their social media. If you ask them, they tell you they're a Christian. Okay? So all I'm saying is, yes, I'm a Christian, but I'll be the first to tell you I am the most flawed sinner that has ever lived. Okay? So I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. I'm just giving you experiences that I've had personally in my life with certain individuals. Now, I'm not going to name names. Okay? But and these are actual true events that have happened to me personally. Okay? These are not fictitious events. These are not events that I say that are true, that are actually false. Okay? This is what I've experienced in my whole entire life. And some of these, this one, I'm going to give you an example of 3 that actually happened in one day. That's what I'm saying. It's not just 3 of these happened in one day. And the other one has happened over a period of, let's just say, approximately, the last one is been a lengthy endeavor, and I'll explain that after. But so I just want to this event that happened to me, I'm going to tell you three so-called Christians. It's not. These are people that if you ask them, are you a Christian? Yes, I'm a Christian. Or they will tell you they're a Christian before you even have to ask. They pride themselves in being a Christian. And I know being a Christian doesn't mean you're perfect. I understand that. I'm just saying. But but like I said, I am an extremely flawed sinner. Okay. I'm just saying I'm the worst sinner that's ever lived. Okay, so I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal or talk bad about people to make myself look better. This is not about that. But, I'm just saying, these three people happened to me in one day. Okay, so this is what prompted me to make this video. Okay, let me start by saying I was in a desperate financial situation. Okay, and I was not asking for anything free. Okay, I didn't call these people and ask for free money. Okay, I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't getting drunk. I wasn't gambling. I wasn't gonna, go get a prostitute or blah, 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 anything about this. Okay? All three of these individuals that I got in contact with in one day, okay, I had no money for food. I had no money for electric. Our electric was about to be shut off. We had no money for food. We had no food. And we had no gas in our car. Let me say that again, okay? Actually, well, there's a fourth person involved in this, but the fourth person is not even a Christian. But that's a different thing. But I'm just thinking now that was four people. If there's actually four people, that I went to on that day. But the fourth person, the fourth person's wife and business partner is a Christian. Her father was actually a pastor, a preacher. But let me not. I don't want to diverge from that. Let me just tell you about these three individuals in one day. Okay, these are three individuals that, like I said, if you ask them they're Christian, they'll tell you they're Christian. They might even just tell you that they're Christian before you ever even ask. Okay? And on their social media, on their platforms, they put on there that they're a Christian. They go to church and all that stuff. Okay? So here's the thing. Let me, and the only reason why I got in contact with these people was because I was desperate. Okay? I was desperate, okay? These three individuals were, are Christians, okay? And I was desperate, and I wasn't asking for free money. I had something. I only had so much that was worth any money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I only have so many things. Believe me, there are far more people in this world far worse off than I that are, living on the streets and eating out of garbage cans and, so I'm just saying, but there's only so many things that I have to my possession that are worth anything monetarily. You know what I'm saying? And what I was trying to do was give somebody a deal that they could not beat, an unbeatable deal on this piece of merchandise. Okay, let me just say, I was trying. I mean, like I said, our electric was going to be shut off that day. Okay, our electric was going to be shut off that day. We had our gas was on empty. Like, it was flashing empty, like it was so far on the bottom, like we had like maybe approximately 10 miles before it was totally empty. We had no food, we had no money for gas, and our electric was going to be shut off that morning. Okay, and I had one item that was, that I was trying to give somebody an unbeatable deal on. Okay, and I'm just going to say hypothetically, okay, this item was a desirable item, okay, and this item was worth $1,300 to $1,500 all day long. Okay, $1,300 to $1,500 all day long. Okay, and I was trying to sell it for $800. Okay, So that means I was trying to get $800 out of this item. But if anybody ever tried to buy this item by themselves, they would not be able to purchase this item for no less than $1,300 to $1,500. So that means I was pricing it $500 less than they could possibly ever get it anywhere else at $1,300. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $1,300. That's 500 in between. 800 to $1,300. Okay? And like I said, the lowest that they could find this item was $1,300 to $1,500. And it was not an item, I'm just saying, it was not an item that was not desirable. Okay, I'm not going to get into, and it wasn't stolen. It wasn't stolen. It was, it was. I'm just saying, I was trying to give somebody an unbeatable deal. But let me tell. Okay, so here it is. I contact the first person I contact. Okay, let me tell you, this person's a Christian. Okay, this person is now the manager, the head funeral director at a funeral home. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal or anything like that. I'm just telling you, I'm going to tell you the truth, okay, about, I used to work with this guy, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not naming names, but I used to work with this guy. And this guy wanted to get into the funeral business, okay? But this person was a young man, let's just say approximately 20 years old. I don't, somewhere around there. 20 years old, had zero experience in the funeral business, had no experience whatsoever. Zero. Okay? I knew somebody in the funeral business. Okay? I knew somebody. So I arranged for this person to meet this other person. I arranged the person that worked at the funeral home to meet the person that I worked with that wanted to get into the funeral business. Okay? I arranged for them to meet at work, where I worked with this one individual, okay? So this person, I arranged for them to meet right at where this person and I both worked or whatever so I arranged the meeting, okay? And to make a long story short, this person gets this other person into the funeral business, okay? So the person that I personally know gets this person, this young man who has zero experience whatsoever into the business, okay? And now, years and years later, this person that I'm contacting and in desperate need, okay, is now the funeral director, the head funeral director at this funeral home, and even has his father working there now. Has even got his own father a job at that funeral home. So they are both in the funeral business. This individual and this individual's father is now in the funeral business. Yeah, okay. So, all this. So I contact this person, and this person, and I say, yes, may I please speak to so-and-so? This person answers the phone. I say whatever. Oh, hey, what's going on? And I explain the situation. I said, I got this right here. It's worth $1,300 to $1,500 all day long. You will never find it any cheaper. I'm in desperate need. Desperate. I have no money for food, no money for gas, no money for the electric's going to be shut off. No, don't need it. Don't need it. No, don't need it. No, don't need it. No. Do you think that now this person's a Christian? This person is a Christian. And I just told this person, who is now the funeral director and his own father is working at this funeral home, and they're both making, I'm just saying, do you think this Christian asked, hey, how you doing? No, I don't really need that. Thank you for calling and asking, but hey, let me help you out. Can I, let me help you out or whatever? No. Do you think? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, don't need it. Don't need it. This person's a Christian. This person's a Christian. And years ago, when I talked to him about, me introducing him to this person who got him into the business, and he had zero experience at all, no experience, it's hard to get into the funeral business if you don't know somebody. If you're not connected, it's hard to get into the funeral business. That's the way it is. But, and like I said, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but this young man with zero experience, in the jewelry, in the funeral business, he's in the funeral business now. He's raised up he's the head funeral director. He's even got his father working there, But yet, when I say anything to him years ago, I've said something to him. He said, no, he did that himself. He did that himself. He doesn't give me, he doesn't give me any credit. I'm just saying but he's a Christian. This guy's a Christian. That's what I'm saying. This is the first one of three, but it's actually one of four that day. But three of these were Christian, and that's what I'm going to say. So this was the first one. Okay. This was the first person. No, he doesn't say, no, do you think as a Christian, he says, no, I don't have that much money or whatever, or I don't really need that, or I can't use that or whatever, but can I give you $50, $20, anything, $10? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Doesn't even ask how I'm doing, doesn't know, whatever. I tell this guy, I have no money for food, I have no money for gas, and I'm almost dead on empty. And our electric is going to be shut off today, like ASAP. They're going to be shutting it off like at 10 o'clock in the morning at the latest. So I'm trying to do all this stuff super early in the morning. No. That's Christian number one. Christian number one. If you ask him, he's a Christian. On his social media, he's a Christian. He's got a wife. He's got a son. His father's now in the funeral business. But yet, I come along. And no, he doesn't even ask. He doesn't ask. That's what I'm saying. How can you call yourself a Christian? How can you call yourself? I'm just saying. But like I said, I'm that's number one. Number two, this person number two. And like I said, oh my God, how do I have to say this? The second person that I got in contact with, okay, is a so-called Christian. This person is so much of a Christian. This person is so much of a Christian that he built up a business. And in the Bible it says to tithe 10%. He built up a business or whatever, sold it. He sold the business for $10 million. Okay, he gave the church $1 million. That's how much of a Christian this guy is. Okay? So, if you ask him if this person's Christian, he's a Christian. Social media, Christian. Church, Christian. Okay? So, I get in contact with this person, and this is not something, I explained the situation to this person, but here's the thing, I'm outside in the car, and it's like I'm trying to get up the courage to go in there, to go inside. I'm so depressed. I'm filled with anxiety. I am just beside myself. I do not want to go in there. I don't want to go in there. And it's like I don't want to go in there. And even though I'm giving this person an unbeatable deal, I still don't. Because this person owns a very large business. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he built the business, and he sold it for $10 million. But here's the kicker. He sold it for $10 million, and then he gave the church $1 million. But then years later, when he sold the business, he had to sign like a non-compete or whatever, where he wouldn't compete with the people or whatever for so many years. After that many years, he ended up buying the business, either bought the business back or he started his own company. And, he basically, he's in the business again. You know what I'm saying? So he is that good at what he does, And this person is a Christian. He's a Christian. This person's a Christian. Okay, so I'm sitting in the car, and I'm trying to get my nerve up. To go in there because, like I said, this person has money. This person is a multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And, So I'm sitting in the car and I am dreading this. I'm dreading having to go in there and, but this person is a Christian, but so next thing you know, I'm sitting there and I'm in the driver's side. I'm trying to get my courage up. I am having an anxiety attack and everything. Next thing you know, I look to my left and I see a person. I see a person outside of the car, and lo and behold, it's this person, this multi-millionaire who is a Christian, who made a business and built it up and sold it for $10 million and gave $1 million to the church and everything. This is, that, talk about a Christian, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there in the car and I roll down the window and I smile and everything and and try to, because this is a surprise, you know what I'm saying? This person walked outside, before I could ever get out of my car to come inside. So I roll down the window, whatever. And so I hand, I say, I'm not going to say the name or whatever, but I'm very nice and polite or whatever. And I say, this is, I'm just in a really bad situation here and this is not stolen. Okay. I'm trying to, $800. You can't beat this price anywhere. This is like an awesome deal. You can buy this for no less than $1,300 to $1,500, $800. And like I said, with any of these people, if they would have offered me less, I would have taken it. I was so desperate. You know what I'm saying? But you got to start somewhere. In business, you can always start. You don't want to start too high, but you can start high. But you can't start low, and then if somebody gives you your price or whatever, then you say, oh no, I got to get, $100, $200, $300 more than, whatever out of it. You should start high and go down to low. You can't start low and go high when you're selling something. Usually that doesn't work. So this is what happens. This person, this Christian, you ask him, he's a Christian. On social media, Christian. Business, Christian. Church, Christian. Everything. I'm handing this person, what I'm looking to sell. He won't even touch it. Won't even touch it. Now, this is not stolen. It is working correctly. It's an unbeatable deal. Do you know what this person says? Not interested. He comes outside to meet me before I ever get out of the car. And this is what he says, not interested. And then he says, and don't come in here with that. Don't come in here with that. Not interested. And don't come in here with that. He turns and walks away. This is a Christian. I was floored. I have never done anything to this person. Never done anything. This merchandise is not stolen. I'm trying to give this because I try to give people unbeatable deals. Okay, I don't start like way high and then go down and give a discount and BS like that. I give somebody my best price up front. I try to give somebody my best price up front. Okay, I don't like to play games. I know there's people in the business or whatever. Oh, you got to start higher and give discounts or whatever. Blah blah blah. Listen. I just tell people this is the bottom line. This is the best price. I'm giving you the best price to begin with. I wish people would do that more often. You know what I'm saying? Just this is the best price, 100%. And like I said, even if I was trying to give him my best price, even if he would have offered me, I was $800, and like I said, I was trying to get $800. Okay, if any of these people didn't want it, they could have easily, I'm telling you that's why. When I say it's worth $1,300 to $1,500, that's actually what they could sell it for and get it. So they could actually buy this and turn around and make $500 profit easy. That's what I'm trying to tell. $500 profit easy, minimum. That's what I'm saying. When I'm telling you this is worth $1,300 to $1,500, that is the actual price that like on eBay. If you go onto eBay and you search this item and you see what it's actually selling for, the minimum that it's selling for is $1,300 to $1,500. Now it goes even more than that, $1,800. But that's what I'm saying. So when I say $1,300, I'm talking about the minimum. I'm talking about these people could have bought it just, I'm sorry, but in my life, sometimes I've done that. If people need, if I have, there have been times in my life where I've had extra money or whatever, I'm just saying, and I've tried to help people out, even if it's not something that I want or need. You know what I'm saying? I will try to help people out if I can. Now, I'm not going to just, if I'll give somebody money before I'll ever take something. And if I'm just saying, I don't want to go off on a tangent. But like I said, that's why I want to say this. It is not worth $1,300 to $1,500 brand new, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm talking about used. I'm talking about fair market value, easy fair market value. If you go to eBay and you see what's sold and you look at this item and you see what's sold or whatever, I learned that a long time ago when eBay first started. You go on there and you search. If you want to buy an item, you go on eBay and you look underneath the sold and you see what things are actually selling for, not what people are asking for. Okay? Asking doesn't matter. What are items actually selling for in the United States, continental United States? If it's in the United States and it's selling within the United States, what is it actually selling for? And then you take that on average, if something's selling for $1,300, $1,500, $1,800, if it's not selling for no less than $1,300, that's what I say the minimum is, $1,300. That's what I say. So I'm just saying any one of these people could have paid me $800, even if they didn't want it, and stuck it on eBay and made $500 easy. That's what I'm saying. But no, this person, like I said, this just blew my mind. This multi-millionaire Christian who has his business and everything else, I mean, this person treated me absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I wasn't even able to get out of the car. He didn't even touch the merchandise. I smile. I roll down the window because, like I said, this person catches me off guard. I'm trying to get my nerve up to go in there and talk to this person. I want to be professional. I want to be nice. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that brings me pleasure. I'm down. And I'm not asking for anything free. I've never asked. I didn't want anything free from anybody at any one of these, But do you think they none of these people even said, no, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. But can here, I'm a Christian. Here's $20, here's $50 or anything. Absolutely not. None of these. Okay. So this person, this is number 2 in the morning, early morning. Okay. So I roll down the window. He catches me off guard or whatever. I hand the person the merchandise. I'm trying to hand it to him. Won't even touch it. He just looks at me. Not interested. Not interested, he said. And then he looks at me, he just says, not interested. And he says, don't come in here with that. And he walks away. This is a Christian. This is a multi-millionaire Christian, This is Christian number 2, okay? Our electric is about ready to be shut off and we have no money for the electric bill, okay? We have about 10 miles in gas. Our gas tank is empty. Okay, we're going to have no gas. We're going to have no electric. We have no money at all. We have no food. Okay, Christian number 2. Now Christian number 3. Okay, so this is the third person I contacted. Okay, this person is a Christian. Okay, I'm just saying Christian. If you ask, Christian, social media Christian, a Christian. So I try calling this person or whatever, and I get in contact or whatever, but then something I don't even know, whatever. But I end up calling, and I leave a voice text message. Okay, I have this person's cell phone number. I call, and I like I said, I am just so. Our electric is. All this stuff. I'm just so depressed, and I'm just so. I actually break down crying. This is not something I'm proud of, but like I said, I actually break down crying when I'm talking to this person, and I'm talking to this person, and I've called, and I've like on a text message or whatever. You can leave you can talk on a text message and send people like that. So I call him and I break down crying, explaining the situation to this Christian. Okay, now this Christian has money. This Christian has money too. Okay, this Christian, yeah. This Christian, people joke about how this person still has the first dollar that they've ever made. Okay, Christian, that type of Christian has his business, always buying, big business, always buying, has got money. So I break down crying. I tell this person, what I have this, for sale or whatever, and I go through the whole entire spiel. $800. It's worth $1,300 to $1,500 all day long. You can turn it around and make $500 because this person buys and sells. Okay, this person buys and sells. Okay, so this person. Even if I go to this person, even though if this person doesn't want it for themselves, and this person buys and sells, and this person has plenty of money, and this person is a Christian, you can buy this off me for $800, and I prove to them, I prove to this person that it is selling all day long for $1,300 to $1,500 minimum, so this person could make $500 all day long minimum on this or whatever. No, doesn't even, I actually break down crying because when I'm talking to this person, that's why I tell them I got to go. I'm going to leave you, I'm going to text you or whatever. And I break down crying because I'm so sad. I'm so depressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point right here. I've already had 2 so-called Christians, you know what I'm saying, that have, and now this is the 3rd Christian I try to get a hold of. And I'm not asking nobody for anything free. I'm not on drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm going and gambling with this money. I tell all of them the same thing. Yeah. So I tell this person, I break down crying, and then I don't get a response back or whatever, So I'm so desperate that I actually go to this person's work. I go to this person's work and this person is there. This person's right there. And I'm so desperate, And I ask, this is what's crazy. This Christian he's sitting there in his business or whatever, And I asked him, I said, did you listen to those? Did you listen to those messages I sent you, I said, did you listen? He says, yes, I listened to them. Yes, I listened to them. And then guess what? After that, he starts telling me about things that he's bought and made money off of. That's what I'm saying. This person's a Christian. And like I said, I'm not making this up. This happened to me in one day. So I tell this person how desperate I am. I'm trying to give him a deal to where he can make $500 minimum. And I'm crying and I break down crying because I'm so sad, because I have no money for food or gas or electric or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And I said, did you listen to those messages? Yeah, I listened to them. Doesn't say anything about it, just goes on. And what does he do? He starts telling me things that he's bought and made money off of. He goes into things, he starts telling me about deals that he's made. Oh, I bought this and made this much money. I bought this and made this much money. Yeah, and this is a Christian, but I'm just saying this Christian, years and years ago, well over a decade ago or whatever, let's just say well over a decade ago, I'm just saying this Christian and I used to hang out or whatever. And yeah, this Christian, we were out one time and I had a girlfriend, and this Christian, I'm not trying to get vulgar or whatever, but yeah, this Christian, this married Christian, he came over to me and he wanted a blowjob. He asked me if he could get a blowjob from my girlfriend. Yeah, this Christian, yeah. He asked me if he could get a blowjob from my girlfriend when we were hanging out, Yeah, this Christian, yeah. And this, when we used to hang out, whatever, before, he said something to me once a while ago, like I said, when we this is well over, probably, 15 years ago, but I'm just saying, this married Christian, asked me if he could get a blowjob from my girlfriend while we were out. Doing something at night or something. It was my girlfriend and I and him and a couple other people or whatever. Yeah. He asked me if he could get a blowjob off my girlfriend, this Christian, this married Christian, yeah. But this is what he said to me. He said something to me before that ever happened, and I'll never forget it, And this is another thing when he talks about money, he talks about money. This is what he said. He said, I got a tiny dick, I got a little dick, but I got a lot of money. That's what this guy told me, And I'm not trying to be vulgar, but that's what I'm saying. This has all happened to me. This has all happened to me personally, okay? Yeah, this last person that I'm talking about, yeah, he told me a long time ago, 15 plus years ago, when we were whatever, he said, yeah, I got a little dick, but I got a lot of money, And like I said, people talk about how he still has the first dollar he ever made and blah, blah, blah. He's got all this money or whatever. Yeah, he says, yeah, I got a little dick, but I got a lot of money. That's what he told me back then. And then he asked me, this married Christian asked me while we were all out or whatever, if he could get a blowjob from my girlfriend, This was 15 plus years ago. But see, I'm not saying no names. I'm not saying the business names. I'm not saying, So I'm just saying, but this is what I'm just saying this is what has happened to me. But like I said, I'm just saying I'm the worst sinner that ever lived. But and I'm not even going to get into, I called somebody else or whatever, it's like, it's crazy. Yeah. But all I'm going to say this is what I like I said, to this day, I don't even know how. I don't even know. It's been, I'm just saying it's been about a year or something. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while, more than a year. It's been a while ago. I don't even remember how long, but like I said, I remember all this, and I'm not trying to add nothing. I'm not trying to subtract nothing, But yeah, and then let's just say this, and so yeah, this is what happened to me. 3 Christians, and that's 1, 2, and 3 right there. And this all happened in one morning, one morning. Do you think any of them helped me out with a dime? Absolutely not. Was anybody even asking, concerning, or anything about me? Absolutely not. They were all just, all about themselves, And then I called somebody here, and this person is not a Christian, but you know what? His wife is a Christian. His wife is a so-called Christian. His business partner is a Christian. And let me just tell you this on top of this, okay? I call this person or whatever, and I tell this person that I'm, I call this person because I'm so desperate. I have not talked to this person in so many years or whatever, and I call this person, and I try to do a deal with this person or whatever. One item that I have, he just totally degrades, I have something for sale. Like I said, nothing is stolen. Nothing is stolen. Everything is genuine. Everything is working properly. Everything is what it is, okay? So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to do no shady deals. I'm just trying to give somebody or anybody a deal they cannot beat, an unbeatable deal. Then, they can turn around and make money off of or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for nothing free, nothing for a handout, okay? But let me just tell you, this last person I haven't talked to in so many years or whatever. I put my life on the line for him and his wife, over 12 years ago, and they've made millions of dollars, and I have not received one penny. They have treated me worse than worthless trash, and I have not received one penny. That's it. That's what I'm saying. And this is the 4th Christian, but I'm not going to get into this because this Christian and this they say in the Bible to not be unequally yoked, or something. Like I said, I'm not an expert in the Bible, but yeah, this woman and this man supposedly own this business or whatever, and I put my life on the line. And you can listen to the other videos that I've made addressing this subject, but I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not going to get into this. But like I said, I don't even that is for a totally another video. But yeah, all these years later, I'm not even going to get into that. But they've made millions and millions of dollars, and I have not received one penny, and I've been treated worse than worthless trash, worse than worthless trash. Imagine. I mean, I literally, and I can prove 100%. Without any doubt what I'm saying, and and this woman and this man own this business or whatever, and this woman's father was a preacher, a legitimate preacher, a real preacher. You know, they've made millions of dollars. You know, they've made millions and millions of dollars in the last 12 plus years, you know, and not even one penny. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm not even going to get into it. It's just, that's what I'm saying. This is just, you know, this woman just sold a lodge. This woman just sold a lodge, you know, like where people come and stay and fish and all that stuff. Sold a whole freaking lodge on a lake, you know. You know, they've had, you know, sold the lodge, you know. There's no telling how much, you know, how much they sold the whole entire lodge for. I mean, there was rooms, you know, multiple rooms where people stayed. They had the lodge for like I don't even know, well over 15 years. You know what I'm saying? They had the property. It was on a freaking lake. I'm not, you know, but like I said, I can prove beyond any doubt 100%. I don't make these videos because I'm bored. I don't make these videos because I'm crazy. When I make these videos, I am telling you the truth, okay? I'm telling you the truth, and I would not make these videos if I would not back them up. All the other previous videos that I made, if I've made a statement about something, you know, saying something about a certain person or a certain individual or a certain business or whatever, I don't make these allegations lightly, okay? If I make a video, I do it where I don't want to lie about what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lie about what I'm saying, because if I make a video and I say something about a certain individual or individuals or a business or a combination, I believe that if I make a video and I put it out there, I don't make the video and put it out there unless I feel confident that I could stand in front of a judge and a jury and present my case and win. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So any video that I made previously, or any video I make after this, okay, that's what I'm saying. And I can say what I can say and I give, okay, I'm just saying, I give anybody like 1%, okay, but I can say with 99% certainty, I could present my case. I could present my case, okay, with this man and woman who owned this business, and this woman whose father was a preacher, and the business is actually named after her own personal father and her mother. That's all I'm going to say. This business is named after her father and her mother, and her father was a preacher, okay? And I put my life on the line for this man, her husband, her business partner, whatever, you know, in 2010. In 2010, and it's 2023 right now, and the guy has told me over and over so many times, any schmuck can make $200,000 a year out of this store, $200,000 to $300,000. So I'm just saying, they've made between $2 and $3 million, roughly $2 to $3 million over all these years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And she just sold a lodge. She just sold the lodge. You know, they have this damn nice house. They have this damn nice business or whatever. They're driving nice cars. You know, I'm just saying. But I have been treated worse than worthless trash. And I can, like I said, with 99% certainty, I feel confident. I give anybody 1%, okay? So I feel that I could stand in front of a judge and a jury, or a judge and jury, or whatever. I could stand before the Supreme Court and present my evidence, and I would win. I would win by proving that I'm telling the truth. Okay? This man calls me cuckoo, calls me a liar, treats me worse than worthless trash. You know what I'm saying? But this just blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know the man wore Stubbs and Wootens with red Stubbs and Wooten with devils on there. I mean, he would go along and sing "Running with the Devil." He would say GD. He'd take the Lord's name all in vain all the time. You know. I'm just saying. But He's married to, and the Bible says, don't be unequally yoked. So how can two people be married like that and be in business together? You know what I'm saying? How can she be a Christian and her father be a preacher, and she's a Christian? If you ask her, she's a Christian. She's a Christian. She's a Christian. Social media Christian. Christian. But do you think this Christian, after I put my life on the line or whatever, in 2010, it's 2023, and they've made millions of dollars and all this? I'm just saying, do you think that they have ever given me one dime? Have they? Absolutely not. Do you think she invited me? Do you think this woman invited me to her lodge? Any time within the 15 plus years that they had it or whatever? I put my life on the line for her husband and their merchandise, and they made millions and millions of dollars. No, never once. Never once was I invited to the lodge. No. They had it, they sold it, whatever. No, never once was I invited over there. But this person's a Christian. This person's her husband. I mean, her father's a preacher. Her father's a preacher. And her husband or whatever, she owns a business. He owns the business. It's the craziest. It's the most insane. But like I said, I would put my hand on the Bible, and I don't do that lightly. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a Christian because I have asked God to forgive my sins. You know what I'm saying? I pray and I say, Father God, I know I deserve hell. I deserve hell. I know I deserve hell. Please save me. I say this prayer over and over. Father God, in Jesus' name. Please forgive every sin I've ever committed. Please forgive every sin I've ever committed in my mind, in reality, and mentally, physically, everything. Please forgive every sin I've ever committed from the instant you created me all the way through eternity. That is my prayer. Father God, in Jesus' name, please forgive me for every sin I've ever committed, knowingly or unknowingly, in my mind or physically, mentally, everything. You know what I'm saying? From the instant you created me, all the way through eternity. Please forgive my sins. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. But like I said, I deserve hell. I know that. There's nothing that I've ever done that, that I deserve hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to hell. I don't have a death wish. I'm not suicidal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I don't go on social media, and I don't go and, people, hey, do you know I'm a Christian? I'm a Christian. Hey, hey buddy, did you know I'm a Christian? I'm a Christian, Oh, you don't, yeah, oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, hey, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. I'm not, but some people, like I said, they put it on social media. You ask them, they're a Christian. They tell you what church but God, if you don't have money, if you have no money for food and you have no money for gas and your electric is about to shut off, no, they don't. That's what I'm saying. And then, after all, from 2010 to 2023, they've made millions of dollars, still alive, still making money, still whatever. You know what I'm saying? I have been treated worse than worthless trash. I'm telling you, I have never been treated so horrible in my life, by this man and this woman. But yet this woman is a Christian, and her own father was a preacher, and the business is named after her father and her mother, and they've made millions of dollars, and she just sold a lodge, and they live in this extremely nice house and property. You know what I'm saying? They get all these dogs. The dogs have the whole entire run of the whole entire basement. Can you imagine? That's what I'm saying. The person, I risked my life, and like I said, I can prove this. I can prove it with 100% certainty, but I can say with a 99% certainty, I could stand in front of the Supreme Court and feel confident I would win my case. 99%. Okay, that's how confident. So I would not be saying this. Like I said, I'm not crazy. I'm not, but yeah, her husband calls me loony. Oh, you're cuckoo, you're crazy, whatever. That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting into this, but this is what I've went through. That's what I'm saying. This is what I've went through. Do you think these people have millions of dollars? I mean, they're living a great life. You know what I'm saying? They have a great house. They have a great business. They're multi-millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Drive nice cars, wear high quality jewelry, and fine twist timepieces and everything else. You know what I'm saying? But me, the person that risked their life, for her, the husband, for him and her husband or whatever, all for them, in 2010, and their merchandise or whatever, never once have I got a thank you from her. Imagine that. Never once have I ever got a thank you from her. And she even takes credit. She even takes credit. She even takes credit and says that she's the one that saved us all. Her husband tells me that she's pissed off at me because I cost her $1 million in life insurance. I'm telling you, this is what I've went through. This is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And what do I say? The truth is the truth, no matter how many times you call it a lie. And this person, this female, this lady is all about truth. Oh, she's a Christian. She's Constitution. Oh, she's, she was an alderman. She was an alderman, for 2 years. She ran to be mayor for 2 times, but she didn't win. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. People think that she hangs the moon. People think, I'm just saying, they think she hung the moon, She talks about the Bible. She talks about business. She talks about being a great leader. She talks about being a great Christian. She talks about being, the flag and the Constitution, which I'm all about. But all I'm saying is, what about the person? What about the person that, and here's another kicker. Imagine this. Imagine I put my life on the line for all that, whatever, and the millions of dollars over the last 12 plus years or whatever, and her husband, this guy that owns the business too, whatever, he even openly admits that that I've spent $100,000 with them. So not only did I risk my life to save his life and their merchandise, and I called his wife, and his wife was nowhere around, and I called her. And she says, oh yeah, something's going on or whatever. And then I call the police and these people get caught or whatever. And then she tells people that she's the one that saved us all. And her husband calls me cuckoo. And her husband tells me all the time, repeatedly, used to tell me all the time, you cost my wife $1 million. You cost my, what part don't you understand? You cost her $1 million. I said, you've been all alive and you've made millions of dollars. No, I didn't cost any money. You've been alive. You've made millions and millions of dollars over that. So not only did I not cost you $1 million, I made y'all millions of dollars, and I haven't received one penny. This is the truth. I mean, I'm just telling you, can you imagine this? It's the truth. This is the truth. This is what I've went through in my life. I'm just saying. But this lady's a Christian. This lady's a Christian. Her father was a preacher. The business is named after their mother and their father. I mean, this is what I'm saying. And her husband has openly admitted that I've even spent $100,000 with them. So imagine making somebody millions of dollars and spending $100,000 with them, and being an employee. I'm just saying, this may sound like I am totally insane, but I swear to you, I would stand before, and I don't, like I said, I don't take this lightly. I could stand before God and say this, and I'm not lying. I could put my hand on the Bible, and I could promise on everything that is holy. I would promise that everything is that, and like I said, I can prove all this. That's the thing. I can prove it. I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I'm not bored. I don't make these videos because I have nothing else to do. I can prove this. I can prove this. That's the thing. I can prove this. I can prove this. But like, do you think she ever even said thank you for putting your life on the line for my husband and our merchandise? No, never once. She takes credit. She's the one that says she saved us all. But how can she save us? How can she save us all when I'm the one that called her, and I called the police, and they got caught. And they've been in business for all these years and still in business, and they've made millions of dollars, and they've treated me worse than worthless trash. Worse than worthless trash. Nobody in my life has ever treated me worse than he has treated me. I'm not even going to get into this. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is that. Believe me, I am all about being a Christian. I'm all about being a patriot. I'm all about the Constitution and the American flag and everything. But I'm just saying. And the thing about it is, like I said, I promise you, I swear to everything that is holy that I could stand before the Supreme Court, and if I was able to if I was able to present all my evidence, I can guarantee that I would. There is a 99+% chance I would win the case. That's all I'm saying. What do you think she's ever? Do you think she ever? I was born with a rare blood condition. Do you think she ever asked me? How's your blood condition? Is there anything I can do to help? I haven't been to the doctor in I don't even know how long. Do you think? No, absolutely not. Neither one of them. No, neither one. Do you think she's ever given me a penny? Do you think she's ever given me a penny? No. I've known this lady, for this Christian lady, whose father was a preacher, and the business that she owns. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. She owns it. He owns it. It's like, it's my store. I mean, she walks in the store and she said, "This is my store." But yet he says it's his store. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I'm not even going to get into it, but I'm not even going to get into it. Just refer back to the other videos. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm just telling you, I would not want anybody to go through what I've went through with these two people, especially the male. That's all I'm going to say, because I dealt with the male 99% of the time. Even though she owned the business and it's her business or whatever, he owned the business. Like I said, it depends on who you ask. Depends on where you go. It depends on, whatever. She's got it somewhere where she owns the business. If you go into a certain place, call me at my store, he says. That's what I'm saying. But no, I mean, all these, do you think? No. They have never given me a dime. She's never even thanked me, and I've been treated worse than worthless trash. I'm not even gonna, but this has just been on my heart and mind. And like I said, I mean, I've sinned. I'm just saying, I've sinned over 500,000 times in my life. That's all I'm saying. I mean, 500,000, let's just say that 500,000 times I've sinned in my life, because everything's a sin, I mean, I'm just saying, and I'm no expert in the Bible, but and like I said, I deserve hell, but by the grace of God, what I'm saying, I pray that I get into heaven, because, I can't get into heaven for anything that I do. And plus, I haven't done anything to deserve it. I deserve hell. But like I said, I'm not suicidal. Okay? I'm not suicidal. I don't have a death wish. I'm not asking for death, So let me just state that. And if anything ever happens to me, like I said, I want somebody, and I'm just telling you this, if anything happens to me, I want an autopsy, and plus I want it investigated. That's all I'm going to say. I want it investigated. Okay? If anything happens to me, okay? If anything happens to me, if I just go off missing, or something happens to me, even if it looks normal, I'm telling you, I want an investigation, please. Okay? I want an investigation. I want an autopsy, and I want an investigation. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I mean, the people that, like I said, they made millions of dollars. I put my life on the line, and, this was in 2010. This is 2023. They live in this great house. They have all this stuff. And I have to worry about what I have to worry about what I'm going to eat. If I have money for food, have gas, have rent, electric. I have to worry about the basic necessities of life, while he's driving around in Porsches, in rare Porsches, what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, I'm telling you, this is just absolutely insane. After they're worth millions of dollars, and they have, whatever, and they've, I mean, how much of a Christian can you be? How much of a Christian can you be when you treat the person, and I'm not talking about him, because he doesn't claim to be a Christian, Now, Catholic, I think he grew up at whatever, but like I said, he said, oh, I got my sister's praying for me or something, blah, 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 or whatever. But like I said, this person, the male or whatever, he would wear these Stubbs and Wooten shoes or whatever, expensive, shoes or whatever that they have down like in Naples, Palm Beach or whatever. People would, whatever, Stubbs and Wootens, devil. If you look them up, look up the devil shoes, Stubbs and Wooten. He had red devil shoes with the black devils on there. He would wear those, and then in the store he'd be singing "Running with the Devil," And I said, you have been blessed. I've never met anybody that has been blessed with so much, but yet you say the GD word all the time, and it's like, I have never met anybody that has been so lucky. And I used to say that I really do believe he sold his soul to the devil. I believe he made a pact with the devil. But see, that's what makes it even, because his wife and business partner is a Christian, and her father was a preacher, and the business is named after her father and her mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But yet, she's never done anything for me. Treated me worse than worthless trash. Never done absolutely anything. The same thing with him. Treated me worse than worthless trash. Never did anything. Put me down. Called me cuckoo. Told me that his wife was pissed off at me because I cost her $1 million. And when I said something to her about it, I texted her. She never even responded. I mean, I imagine working for somebody and you have one employee. Whatever. Do you think they remember my birthday? I put my life on the line for these people. I put my life on the line for these people. In 2010, they've made millions of dollars, and they're still alive and still making money and driving fancy cars and living in a nice house and doing all this and doing all that stuff. Do you think she remembered my birthday? Absolutely not. Do you think he remembered my birthday? This is the truth. This is what I went through. This is the truth. I swear to you, on everything that is holy. I don't want to, but I would put my hand on the Bible and swear to you about this. This is, like I said, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. And she talks all the time about truth. Oh, truth and justice and this and that or whatever. This is just. And now they have this lady. Now they have this lady working for them, and she's a Christian. And I called a while back or whatever. I called a while back. I haven't been in contact with this guy in years and years and years because he treated me worse than worthless trash or whatever. Treated me worse than worthless trash. And then what he said? Oh yeah, my girl. He said my girl said you called. My girl said you called. My girl said you called. Now, he's married, and she's married, and they're both about 60 years old. My girl said you called. I mean, who, that's what I'm saying. Who refers to their employee, who is a married woman, an older married woman, and she's married, he's married. Yeah, my girl said you called. And then whenever we started talking, and then he said, oh yeah, she's a Christian. You see, he likes Christians. Because Christians are more likely to, be patient and kind and generous, whatever. I'm just saying, that's what I found or whatever. And I'm not putting myself, like I said, I'm a horrible sinner. You know what I'm saying? I deserve hell. I pray for heaven, so that's what I'm saying. But yeah, my girl said you called. And I'm thinking to myself, what married man, calls their married woman, worker or associate, my girl? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But then, like I said, yeah. Oh, but then this guy has a heart attack, has a near-death experience. Yeah, imagine that. This guy dies. He dies. He has a near-death experience. No, he don't. Yeah, he does. He actually said he had a near-death experience. He actually was clinically dead. But they revived him. They put stents in his heart. He had open heart surgery. Oh, he's doing fine now. Do you think I hear anything from him or his wife? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. They couldn't care less about me. That's what I'm saying. They couldn't care less about me. Now imagine that, like I said. I talked to him before the heart attack, before he has the heart attack. And that's when he calls me. He said, yeah, my girl said you called. He has one employee there. I used to be the one employee, and like I said, I'm not bitter. It's not like I'm not bitter for this woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at her for, like taking my place or anything like that. Because I told him and he knows it's the truth, and I would tell her the same thing. If I wanted to be in your position, I would be in your position. But I chose to walk out. because I can prove with facts that I would be there in her spot. I would be where she is. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted it, because he wanted it. So we're not going to get into that. But it's not. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter towards her. But like I said, she's a Christian, and he likes Christians. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more, usually more kind and forgiving, and whatever. So yeah, they. So I don't. I'm like I said. I'm 1 hour. I thought this was going to be like 20 minutes, and I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you, this is all that I went through. And believe me, like I said, if anything happens to me, I want it investigated. And I'm just putting this, like I said, I'll be, and I said, I'm just hear me out. I'll be a martyr. Okay. I don't want this video taken down and saying like this video is, it's going to put my life at risk or nothing. But, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying hypothetically. Hypothetically speaking, okay? Okay, hypothetically speaking, I'll be a martyr, okay? So, and if that something happens to me, I want an autopsy, and I want it investigated, and I want it looked into thoroughly, you know what I'm saying? And specifically, to look into two certain individuals, a male and a female, that's all I'm going to say, So, I'm just putting that on the record. Am I suicidal? No. Am I mentally deranged? No. Do I want to hurt anybody or hurt myself? No. Okay. So I'm just putting this all out, because he used to call me all the time. Oh, you're crazy. You're cuckoo, you're cuckoo. I'm saying, could you imagine? Like I said, and this is what I'm saying. He said this over and over and over. People think you're going to kill me. In the last time, years ago, whatever, I walked out. He said, you're going to pay someone to kill me. You're going to pay someone to kill me. I said, what part don't you understand? I'm effing broke. I'm fucking broke. I have no fucking money. I have no fucking money. I'm not going to, I told him this all the time. I'm not going to kill you, and then your wife gets $1 million in life insurance. And I end up in death row. That's what I'm saying. Nobody in my life has ever played more mental torture. I'm just saying, treats me worse than worthless trash. No money. I'm just telling you, this is, I don't wish anybody, and I wish nobody to go through what I've been through. Okay. And like I said, I am a flawed sinner. I'm the worst. I'm just saying I'm the worst sinner that ever lived. I'm absolutely horrible. I deserve hell. I don't want to go to hell. I ask God to please forgive me of my sins. Meant everything that I've, in my mind that I've thought, and physically, mentally, physically, everything spiritually, from the instant he created me all the way throughout eternity. I ask for forgiveness in Jesus' name. Amen. So, it would be different if if I put myself on a pedestal, or I'm talking about these people and I'm trying to make myself sound better. But I would never, I'm just saying it, and I've said it before, anybody is capable of anything given the 100% ideal circumstances, okay? I understand that, you know what I'm saying? People say, oh, I'd never be a cannibal or whatever. Okay, well, say you're on the island with somebody, or you're in the middle of the ocean or whatever, and you have an 8 and 10 days or 7 to 10 days. I'm just saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying anybody is capable of anything as human beings, given the 100% ideal circumstances. That's what I've said, okay? And I believe that, so people may agree or disagree. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't, but I would never, and like I said, I would never ever treat anybody the way that man has treated me. That's what I'm saying. For me to make up this or whatever, I would have to be like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, Quentin Tarantino. I would have to be like all these great directors and filmmakers and all this. I would have to be all of them into one, which I'm not, to create this lie, this fantasy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All these things that I've said that I can back up 100%. I can back this up 100% with truth and facts. Okay? But you know what? I've read something, like I said, I'm not even going to get to it. People say, why do you waste your time thinking about people that don't even care about you, don't even think about you at all? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm saying. When people can own space in someone's head, and look at the time that I've devoted to this. Look at the time and the energy and the emotion and whatever. I mean, I know it's good to talk about this. I don't have a counselor. I'm not all medicine. I don't go to a psychiatrist, a psychologist. I have no medication. I have a blood condition I was born with. I don't go to a doctor. I haven't been to a doctor in forever. I was supposed to see a hematologist. I saw my brother and we saw the same hematologist and oncologist from birth to 18 years old, okay? And in Florida, Dr. Vincent Giusti, he's a brilliant man, a great man. And like I called him years ago, and I told him, I said, all the people that you've helped with in your whole entire life, I said, because he's still practicing. He's probably like close to 90 years old, because I'm just saying, I said, Dr. Giusti, I said, this is the truth. I said, a stadium could be filled with all the people that you've helped throughout your whole entire years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, he's been a hematologist, pediatric hematology and oncology, Dr. Vincent Giusti, Orlando, Florida. I'm just saying, I told him, I said, all the people that you've helped throughout your whole entire life and your whole entire career, if you stood in the middle, imagine this, if you stood in the middle of a football stadium, like where where professional football players play, you know what I'm saying? I said, you could fill a stadium with all the people that you have helped in your whole entire life. And, that's what you call a life well lived. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that? Imagine God blessing you with this knowledge and this ability, you know what I'm saying? And you don't waste it. And you do the best you can with it. And knowing that, imagine being Dr. Giusti and standing in the middle of that field and just looking all around, doing a 360 and just looking and seeing all those seats filled with the individuals that he's helped. You know what I'm saying? And that has, those individuals have lived and brought joy to other individuals. And then those individuals are there. It's like they say, it's a ripple effect. You know what I'm saying? It's a ripple effect. One act of kindness and it ripples out or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine? I mean, my life is my life is a horrible waste. I have wasted my life. I mean, I'm a horrible person. I am. I'm an absolutely horrible person. I've wasted my life. I've made so many mistakes. I'm just saying, I am a terrible, horrible person. And but then I look to somebody like Dr. Giusti, Dr. Vincent Giusti. You know what I'm saying? It's just like night and day, night and day. But I'm going to so right now it's 1 hour, 12 minutes and 34 seconds. And my name's Brian Horn. And today is May the 11th, 2023. And I'm just saying, I don't want no harm to come to anybody. I want no harm to come to anybody, mentally, physically, financially, nothing. Spiritually, I want no harm to come to nobody, so, and, please forgive me for my sins. I'm just saying, I say this because it's the truth, and like I said, I'm here, and I have to worry about how I'm gonna, the basic necessities of life. This just shows you in this world, I mean, there are people that are living living on the streets, eating out of garbage cans, that are just, I'm just saying. And then you have, like I said this before, then you have kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? Living in mansions, you have multi-billionaires, and then you have people that eat out of garbage cans and everything in between. So, but I would just tell you, I would never, ever treat anybody the way that man and that woman has treated me. I'm telling you, they have treated me worse than any single person or two people that in my whole entire lifetime, and I'm talking worse than my father. Okay, I'm just telling you, worse. And I don't want nobody to feel sorry. I'm just telling you. Okay, I have no idea where my mother is. I have no idea where my mother is. My father has disowned me for telling the truth about him. I don't talk to my grandmother because my grandmother takes up for my father all the time. And she's even put me down. She's even put me down several times and said that I was a horrible brother to my brother who passed away in 2010. And I say that because but I don't believe it, and I'll never believe it. I'll never believe it. And that's just the bottom line. So, I keep on saying, I don't even allow myself to believe it, which is true. I don't want to believe it. I will never even try to allow myself to believe it. But, my father, my father, who led my brother, he had the only children he had were two mirror image identical twin boys. Okay, two twin sons. Okay, he led one son to an early grave by introducing him to his own personal drug dealers. Okay, he used him for money. He cursed him, told him he didn't care if he killed himself or whatever. Okay, so he led one son to an early grave, and then he disowned me for telling the truth about him, the 100% truth about him. Okay, and he lives with my grandmother. My grandmother takes up for him, and like I told them both, that's it. So I don't know where my mother is. Okay, I don't even know where my mother is. And what's crazy? She got over $200,000. She got over $200,000, and she stole from her own father. And I'm just saying. I'm just stating my life. Okay. So I don't know where my mother is. I have nothing to do with my sisters. Okay. My brother, my only brother, my mirror image identical twin brother, passed away in 2015. I don't believe it, but I say it. Okay. My two grandparents on my mother's side have both passed away. My father's father has passed away. I have nothing to do with my grandmother anymore because my grandmother and her son, my father, lived together. And like I said, that's just, I don't even want to get into that. I don't even, and like I said, these two people, have treated me worse than worthless trash, and just mentally and physically, and just mentally, I'm not even getting into it, but, and I don't know, I'm not getting into it, but, there are far more people in this world that are far worse off than I. Like I said, I should have been dead, I don't know, 1,000 times ago. You know what I'm saying? I should have been dead 1,000 times ago. So, I'm just saying, it's, I should have been dead 1,000 times ago, and I deserve hell. And, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to die. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to commit suicide. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to have severe anxiety attacks like every second of every day that I live, that I've had since I was thinking about that. I've had anxiety attacks since before I could drive. Okay. I remember that. I started having anxiety attacks when I was like 13 years old. So approximately 30 years I've been having, anxiety attacks. I've been suffering from depression and anxiety for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? People talk horrible things about me, and yeah, I'm horrible. I'm horrible. Okay. So, but I'm just saying, it just, I don't have a doctor. I don't have any money. I can't afford medication. I don't get a check. I don't get a check every single month. I'm not on Social Security, disability. I'm not on nothing like that. So I have to worry about, poor. I'm poor. I have no money. I have no money in the bank. I'm in debt, have no money, but I'm just saying, I'm stating the facts. I'm not asking anybody for anything. I'm not making this video to ask anybody for anything. I'm just stating the facts. I'm stating the facts. I'm stating the 100% facts. I'm not trying to add or subtract. You know what I'm saying? The truth is the truth is the truth, no matter how many times you say it's a lie or it's false, so. But I'm blessed, believe me. Like I said, I should be dead, 1,000 times in hell, whatever. I don't, cancer, whatever. I'm just saying, there's so many things far worse that they could be happening to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, all these people that have, they just, I made these millions of dollars. I made them millions and millions of dollars, and they treat me worse than worthless trash. You know what I'm saying? They're still alive, and they treat me worse than worthless trash, and I've got to worry about how I'm going to eat every single day, how I'm going to pay the rent, electric, water, the bare necessities of life. It was so bad when I was working for them the last time. I had to walk to work because I couldn't afford an Uber. My fiance and I had to share a car, And I said, well, why don't you buy me a car? I never said, why don't you buy me a brand new car? I never said, why don't you buy me a Porsche, a Ferrari, or a Lamborghini? I said, why don't you buy me a car, so I don't have to walk or whatever. Oh, I'll give you a ride. That's what I'm saying. I made this person millions and millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I spent $100,000 with these people. I worked with these people. You know what I'm saying? A loyal associate, taking care of the guest, going above and beyond. I'm just saying, if people only knew the truth, the 100% truth. But but I've got to worry about all the bare basics of life, and they've made millions and millions of dollars. And I know all that is not pure profit. I understand that. But like he said, any schmuck can make $200,000 or $300,000 a year out of the store. Well, you do the math. From 2010 to 2023. And let me just say, I've talked to this person, and this person said during COVID was one of the best times financially that he ever had. And I've heard that from multiple businesses. So we're not talking about, oh, he lost everything or they lost everything in COVID or whatever. No, that's not the truth. They've made millions and millions of dollars and they're still making money, But do you think they ever call? Do they ever stop by? Do they ever ask? Do they ever do anything? Absolutely not. They never have. They never have. They never have. And this is not, I'm not making this video because I want them. I want the truth to be known. At this point in my life, I want the truth to be known. I want the truth to be known. I want the truth to be known. That's why I say I'll be a martyr. I'll be a martyr. I'll be a martyr. Okay? I will be a martyr. I will be a martyr if I have to. Okay? I'll be a martyr myself. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I don't want no harm to go to anybody. I don't want any harm to go to anybody. All I'm saying is I will be a martyr. I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want to harm anybody. I'm not going to harm anybody. Those are not my intentions. But I'm telling you, I will be a martyr if I have to. Okay? It's not something that I want to do, but in my life, I've learned, there are so many people in this world. There are so many people in this world that are poor. And that if somebody is rich and powerful, you know what I'm saying? Even if the rich and powerful do all these horrible things, you know what I'm saying? All they have to do is tell the poor person that they're crazy, discredit them, call them crazy. You're cuckoo, you're crazy. It never happened, Even if it did happen, if 100% legitimately it happened, you know what I'm saying? When somebody is rich or has money and they have power, and somebody is poor and they are broke and they have no money, you know what I'm saying? The rich can afford the lawyers, the great lawyers. The rich can do a lot more than the poor. That's what I'm saying. So, no, I don't want to die, and I don't want anybody else to die, and I'm not going to kill nobody. That's what I'm saying. That's how crazy this guy used to tell me, people think you're going to kill me. He used to tell me that his wife is pissed off at me because I cost her $1 million in life insurance when they've been in business for at least 12 more years, and they made at least $200,000 or $300,000 a year. So not only did I that $1 million, they have that $1 million, but by me risking my life and putting my life on the line for him and her and their merchandise or whatever. They're still alive, they're still making money, and they've made millions of dollars over that $1 million, and they're still alive, and they're still making money, and they're enjoying life. But look at me, look at what I'm doing. I'm poor. I'm in debt. I have nothing. I have to live day to day. You know what I'm saying? I have to worry about day to day, about the basics, the bare basics of life, while they're multimillionaires and enjoying the good life. Like I said, and then this guy had a heart attack. He had a near-death experience supposedly or whatever. He had surgery, he had stents put in or whatever. He had to go back and have open heart surgery, but he's doing fine now. That's what I'm saying. He's got money. He's got insurance. They've got money. They got insurance. They got, assets. But do you think they ever, that's what I'm saying. I'm not making this video because I want anything from them. I want the truth to be known. That's how I'm going to lead this. I want the truth to be known. I want the truth to be known. And I will be a martyr. I will be a martyr if I have to, or if I need to, or if that comes to pass. But like I said, I don't want to harm myself, and I don't want to harm anybody else. Okay? So I don't want this video blocked. I don't want nothing to happen, because I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody. And I don't want nothing bad to happen to myself. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm just going to say, I will be a martyr. If that comes to pass, then that's going to come to pass. Okay? And if something happens to me, all I'm saying is I want an autopsy, and I want it thoroughly investigated. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing from that man and that woman. They have not came by my place. They have not came by my place in 13 years. You know what I'm saying? They never once, no Christmas card, no birthday card, no stopping by, hey, how you doing, no nothing. I don't want that. I don't want them to stop by. I don't want nothing from them. All I want is the truth to be known. At this point in my life, I want the truth to be known. I want the truth to be known. Because there are so many people that are out there that are in my position that are poor. You know what I'm saying? That are poor, and then they have people that are powerful and are financially, much more stable, or whatever, have power and money or whatever. And then things happen, that these rich and powerful people, you know what I'm saying, do to these poor people. You know what I'm saying? I want the truth to be known. That's all I want, is the truth to be known. The truth to be known. So I want the truth to be known. That's all I know. Like I said, I'm a horrible person. I'm a horrible, horrible person. Okay. I am a severely flawed sinner, and I just pray that I crawl into heaven on my not even my hands and knees, on my stomach, just groveling, just barely, That's all I want. I don't deserve it. I know I don't deserve heaven. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to die. I'm scared of death. I've had anxiety attacks ever since I was about 13 years old. I've been, suffering from depression and anxiety and all this stuff, for 30 years. Okay. Imagine going through something for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Virtually nonstop, and then people talk shit about you. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said, I believe me, there are people far worse on this earth than me. Okay, so like I said, there are people that are, homeless, eating out of garbage cans, and the people that are far worse. I'm just saying. But like I said, you got people, and I always say this: you got people living, on the streets, not by choice, I'm just saying, but or whatever, mental illness or whatever, eating out of garbage cans, and then you have people like, I'm just saying, kings and queens living, whatever, living in mansions, multi-billionaires with yachts, and, I'm just saying you have that extreme in societies, But I do believe that the truth needs to be told. That's it. The truth needs to be told. The truth needs to be told. I am a piece of shit. I'm a sorry person. I'm the worst person that ever lived. But I believe the truth needs to be told. And I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, I am a severely flawed sinner. And like I said, but some things in life need to be told. Some things need to be exposed and need to be told. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Some things in life need to be exposed and told. There are so many people in this world, you know what I'm saying? Like that movie Gothic Car or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And when people think you're crazy, they don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what I'm saying. This person, you're cuckoo. People think you're cuckoo. You're cuckoo. Yeah, that's what this guy would tell me all the time. In front of people, you know what I'm saying? He would act, but behind the scenes, you're cuckoo. You cost my wife $1 million. What don't you understand? What don't you understand? You cost my wife $1 million. People think you're going to kill me. You're going to hire somebody to kill me. This is how insane. This is the insanity that I've went through. On top of treating me worse than worthless trash, all this stuff was said to me, and no money, in debt, being called cuckoo, being told I was going to, kill somebody or I was going to pay some. I said, what part don't you understand? I'm fucking broke. Excuse my language. I'm fucking broke. And I'm not going to pay somebody. I have no fucking money, so how am I going to pay anybody? I can't even buy fucking food. I have to walk to fucking work. I mean, I'm just saying. This is the insanity of this. And I'm not going to fucking kill you so your wife can get $1 million in life insurance after all the millions that have already been made by me risking my life, in 2010, and y'all made all these millions of dollars anyway, and you're going to get another $1 million? And then I'm going to end up on death row, and she's going to be alive living? No, I said, I'll walk the fuck out before that ever happens. I'll flick you off and I'll walk the fuck out, and that's what I did. Yeah, the last thing this guy said to me is, "Oh, you're going to pay somebody to kill me. You're going to pay somebody to kill me." Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, you don't work for the business, the business name. You don't work for whatever." You don't work for this business. I'm not going to name the business name. You don't work for blah blah blah. You work for me. That's what he said. Oh, you don't work for this business. You work for me. And that's what I'm saying. This is how crazy. This is how insane. The woman says it's her business, then he says it's his business. It's the most shadiest, and I've went through all this stuff. So I'm just saying hypothetically, if something happens to me, I want it to be investigated. I want an autopsy, and I want it investigated. Okay? I want no harm to come to anybody. I don't want to harm anybody. I don't want no harm to come to anybody in any shape, form, or fashion. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, nothing. Okay? This is Brian Horn. And it's been 1 hour and 31 minutes, 1 hour and 31 minutes and 46 seconds. And this is May the 11th, 2023. This is Brian